Hi all, as we have completed about studying Rigvedic and later Vedic ages, we have studied two major topics of ancient history, that is Jainism and Buddhism, and then Rigvedic and later Vedic age. Now we are moving to another important and very interesting topic, that is Mahajanpadas. So before knowing about Mahajanpadas, we have to get a background about how these Mahajanpadas are formed. Mahajanpadas are nothing but the kingdoms of ancient period. So let's move on to lecture of today, that is background for Mahajanpadas. Background of Mahajanpadas is nothing but knowing about urbanization. So to understand the concept of urbanization in the ancient history, we have to understand this concept of region classification. So the types of areas in a specific region are categorized into headquarters or capitals, religious centers and production centers. Production centers are nothing but manufacturing units. So I think this is clear. So just remember this and then let's move on to the next topic. So you will be interlinking these two topics. So here the urbanization definition is like this. Whenever production centers start turning into cities due to big demand inside and outside the locality, it is called urbanization. So whenever there is a huge demand for something and there is increase in number of manufacturing units or production units, then it is only called as urbanization. See, whenever there is a lot of manufacturing units coming up, there will be a lot of amenities like transportation, etc. will be increased in that particular area. If all the amenities are there, then livelihood also increases. People living in that area will also increase. So then the cities will be developing. These cities are only Mahajanpadas of ancient history that we are going to study in next class. There are majorly 12 Mahajanpadas. So this urbanization took place after the later Vedic age. So what is the proof that this urbanization took place only after the Rigvedic and later Vedic ages is that in Rigvedic period there are no evidences of cities. Reason? It was a subsistence economy. No trade and commerce was prevalent then. Because of no trade and commerce, no manufacturing units, etc. So that's why there were no cities in Rigvedic period. In later Vedic period, there were cities, for example, Hastinapura. There were very, very minimal cities. Because the shift to agricultural economy happened and trade and commerce was also started, as we have studied in previous class. Then in 6th century BC, this urbanization took momentum and a number of cities were emerged like Kaushali, Champa, Rajgir, etc. Advanced agricultural economy was prevailed in this period. So trade and commerce was in momentum. By that, production centers were also increased. Due to the production centers increase, there was also increase in number of cities. So this is the background that you have to know before studying about Mahajanpadas. Now, what are the reasons for the beginning of the second urbanization? We'll study that also in very detail. So the major two important reasons for the second urbanization in 6th century BC is one is agricultural surplus and second one is internal trade and commerce. Now you will have to think about what is the first urbanization. If you have studied the ancient history R.S. Sharma, you will be knowing that first urbanization is nothing but Indus Valley civilization is referred to as first urbanization, and 6th century BC where these 12 Mahajanpadas were emerged, this period is called as second urbanization. So let's go study about these two reasons for the urbanization, that is agricultural surplus and internal trade and commerce. As you all know, there was birth of agricultural economy in later Vedic period. See, there was just birth of agricultural economy in later Vedic period. As we have studied in previous class, see, the features of the first and foremost feature of later Vedic economy is birth of agricultural economy. Then in later Vedic period, that is the peaks of Vedic period, where urbanization went to momentum, where agricultural surplus was there. Not only economy was started. There was agricultural surplus at the end of later Vedic age. So this is the major reason for urbanization and emergence of Mahajanpadas. See, agri surplus is due to advancement in agricultural economy. So advanced agricultural economy was there. Reasons for the advancement in agricultural economy is nothing but invention of iron, as we have studied. Technological developments. Invention of iron has given rise to advanced iron axes, advanced plowshares. Technological developments is nothing but paddy transplantation was the major technological development that has happened in later Vedic period. So this is how agricultural surplus happened in later Vedic period. Then the second reason is internal trade and commerce. The story of second urbanization in 6th century BC is explained in this cycle. See, there was agricultural surplus. This agricultural surplus was because farmers were able to feed people involved in other activities. So there need not be many people involved in agriculture only. Few farmers were able to feed so many other people who were involved in other activities also. So this gave rise to people working in other sectors also. So people shifted to activities like administration, craftsmen, etc. Strong rural base helped the growth of urban economy. So there was a strong rural base giving the needed food to the other people and urban economy. So urban economy was also sufficient with what rural economy was giving them in terms of food. So that is the three main reasons for agricultural surplus. Then due to agricultural surplus, there was increase in wants. So there was food and their wants were increased regarding many other aspects. So demand was increased to many other things. Supplies also started because there was demand, and then trade and commerce was promoted. If there is demand and supply, it is very obvious that the trade and commerce will prevail. Production centers evolved because there was trade and commerce. See, for this trade and commerce to be promoted, both internal and external trade got momentum. Now, this external trade got momentum due to the invention of Silk Route by Doris I, that is he is European, and Alexander, who is Greek, gave promotion to external trade, which in turn promoted urbanization in India and formation of Mahajanpadas, as we have discussed. So this trade and commerce promoted, then production centers were evolved due to trade and commerce. Production centers gradually turned into cities, as I have explained before. If there is production centers, there will be amenities. If there are amenities, people will come there and settle down. And that will raise to formation of cities. And these cities are nothing but Mahajanpadas, which we are going to study next class. So that is about second urbanization and introduction to Mahajanpadas. There are 12 major Mahajanpadas which are mentioned in the ancient texts. So those Mahajanpadas are nothing but Anga, Kasi, Vajji, Malla, Chedi, Kuru, Panchala, Matsya, Surasena, Asmaka, Gandhara and Kamboji. So we are going to study the detailed history of this all kingdoms or Mahajanpadas in the next lecture. See, here in this way we are going to study the history of these Mahajanpadas. Till then, please go through this map of Mahajanpadas. This is the map of Mahajanpadas of ancient history. Here are the major Mahajanpadas or cities and the ancient names of those cities. So this is about today's lecture. Please go listen to all the playlists that are being freely available in Vysh YouTube channel, and also if you want to get the test series of Vysh, please go and WhatsApp to 7200681675. You will be getting the introductory videos if you WhatsApp to this message. If you message to this number, please go and get the test series as well as listen to all the playlists. It will be very helpful. Thank you so much for listening till now.